I think education's changing. I think the roles of educators have to change. If you always keep doing things the way you've always done it, you're going to get the same results. And we're teaching kids for a world that's constantly different, and we're making them for jobs that might not even be created. And this gives those skills, that 21st century skills, even though that we're 10 years into the 21st century, that people are thriving for.
With Lego Serious Play, you can actually show what you're thinking. It's like reading someone's mind.
When children are allowed to be creative, the shyest child shows us something they've never shown us before. The most vocal child shows us something that they haven't shown us before. The moment they're allowed to be creative, you begin to see all of your students through a different lens.
I think that's the goal for every teacher is, you want learning to be as student-centered as possible, that they're doing the learning and they're guiding the instruction. And I think Lego Serious Play really allows us to do that.
It's seamless with any thematic unit that you're doing, and it deepens or enriches any content that you get into. As a teacher, you're striving to find ways that you can have kids collaborate, talk about discussions on topics and ideas, and I can only imagine it would enrich that social studies lesson. It would take an average social studies lesson and make it magnificent.
Just think with your hands. And that's something I really encourage my students to do. When I see this blank stare, I go, just start building. And as soon as they start putting a few bricks together, then it's like magic. Everything starts to happen for them.
It's really fun to just let go, just to put all your feelings onto something and being able to explain it to other people.
This is me, and then my mom, and then my dad, and then cut my bosom.
There's a scientist skeleton with a cup, a magnifying glass, and driving a car. As if my dad's laptop came alive and had legs.
When you allow children to be creative and innovative, you begin to see right before your eyes the future engineers, the future doctors, the future teachers, the future actresses and actors coming alive right before your eyes.
Guy that has an imaginative head, so you have a gear in your head that turns on when you learn, and it creates the fan to work, so you'll get smarter. And this is supposed to be your brain, so school, which is this thing right there, is pumping knowledge into your brain, which is the gold stuff, which is the gold coins in the brain.
I think Lego Serious Play is such an effective tool to allow them to express their thoughts. When they first come in, they're so young, they're sort of kindergartners, and we're really trying to teach them to think clearly and to express themselves. And so it really gives them I feel like the bricks give them a voice to do that. And so today I asked the children what their building challenge was, to think back to August and to think about what they were like, and now to examine themselves in June and to show me how they've changed. We got some really great responses. In first grade, obviously, we're about literacy and reading and writing, so many of their responses were about their reading levels. Many of the children built towers, and this is where they were at the bottom, and now at the end of the year they're up here. Some of the children used ladders to demonstrate the different steps that they've made, so it was very exciting to see how they feel they've changed.
This is in the beginning of the year, and this is at the end of the year, and here was here's the thing that was right there, and it was measuring my reading level, but now it's up here.
I watch the children, and some of them have to sit for a little while and think, while others just start building right away. It's so cool to watch them use the bricks to explain these complex thoughts, and all of a sudden they realize what they've said, that they've been able to take this and, in a sense, speak metaphorically to explain their ideas. And I think for them to be able to explain their thinking and the process that they have to go through, I think it really does consolidate, their learning and their understanding. My favorite things about Lego Serious Play as a teacher are that it allows the children to be creative, they can really think critically, and that it brings all of the children out of their shell and sort of even out of their element a little bit, and they're able to really express themselves.
We had 10 new teachers to be trained the past 2 days because we are so interested in getting our entire staff trained as LEGO Serious Play teachers.
This model represents the time when I asked a beginning teacher, Mr. Schwartz, to come over and lead my class in painting the outside of our learning. And for me, as a teacher, to explain something that I wasn't really involved in, the actual process, just the planning, was encouraging me to do more of that. Because I have lots of examples that I could have shared about what a best day for me is. I have lots of those. And to be cognizant that I chose this particular time was really meaningful, a time that I wasn't a part of it.
Yeah. And I think overall it'll make the kids better thinkers.
Well, and even in kindergarten, starting out, it gets them to think about their thinking, think about what they're doing, and make it that focused connection.
When our teachers come out of this LEGO Serious Play training, they will have a great foundation in the process, first of all. They get to be the student. They have to, assume that role. So the struggles or the curiosity, all the feelings and the emotions that the students initially feel when they begin the Serious Play process, they feel that as well.
Okay, so when you're sharing, you describe your own figure. What does it tell us about you as a member of the expedition? Build a model you can use to describe how you think a good expedition teammate should be.
Well, this gets you to develop your relationship with the kids on a whole different level. You actually get to see their perspectives on different things and why they really think that way. I mean, allows you to see why kids are the way they are. And every kid's different. That's a powerful thing. And kids get to learn so much more about each other as humans, and that's really what we're after.
Well, I think by allowing children to be creative again and innovative, that there is such hope and promise for a better tomorrow.